last but certainly not least, here is Garnt.
Yeah,
3 by
so
3.
as I said, this year I had to struggle to find enough things to put on. Just because my attention and time this year was just so skewed towards one project, which was obviously Barn, which was the, biggest project I've ever worked on in my career and my life, I looked back and a lot of my year from like March till the documentary release, it was just like I was having trouble finding a free weekend or free moment.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just, I didn't really watch anything, didn't really play anything, didn't hang out with friends, barely hang out with my wife, but it is out now, obviously. And I'll just start off talking about that, which is the middle thing. I didn't put Barn because I was just like, I've talked about it a lot. But I don't think I normally put stuff I made on my favorite 3x3s list of the year, but I do think that the documentary I just finished is, as a creator, I think Barn was obviously the biggest ever project I've ever worked on, ever made with a team of people. But as a YouTuber, I rarely say this, but I do genuinely think I've made my magnum opus.
Documentary.
Yeah, it was a great documentary.
Just because it's something, this documentary was something that, unlike Barn, was worked on by myself, Alan, and one other editor. just the pure YouTube team. And it was a fucking mountain to climb to do this documentary. And ideally, we wanted to release it like, get on the hype of Barn and just release it a week after. And we did not know how much work this was going to take. Until we started working on it. And the release date kept getting like delayed to the point where I had to have like a meeting with my team just because we were really, really close to burning out. They were like, they felt really bad because they were like, we know we need to capitalize on the hype and, push it to if we want like good views and stuff like that. And I sat them down and I was like, guys, okay, I don't normally say this like often, but take a break for one, because we all need a break from working on this project. Number two, I don't really care about the views on this. This is something that I feel come into this like you have one, opportunity to work on a project this big and this grand. And even if we miss out on the hype of the release, I just want you to make something that we're all proud of. And we're all like, we can all look at and point at and say, this is the best thing I've ever made in my career.
Hell yeah.
And I think I can proudly say that, I think we achieved that. There is this documentary, is not only it's not only like a technical documentary, because I've made technical documentaries before making anime. You have as well, Joey, where we've gone to like studio tours and everything like that. We much more approached this as just a narrative journey about what it's like to take on a project this big. And it was much more of an emotional journey as opposed to a technical one. Obviously there are, technical aspects to it. And it's just, there are some things that happened in this year that were just fucking hard. if you've watched the documentary, I don't think there has been any other project where I have like laid myself out and just laid myself out as bare as this documentary. And there are certain points in this documentary that I have to just hand off to other people just because it was so difficult for me to revisit some moments that I genuinely like could not do it. And I think Alan did an amazing job at distilling what the emotions were like during that time. But
it was really touching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
I watched the whole thing and it was
thank you.
It was I don't know, I was really proud of you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
It was awesome to just be there, support my boy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much. Because, for the first time in ages, I had to dust off my editing skills. And I edited, a big portion of this documentary myself as well. Because a lot of it is, one thing I learned is like editing documentaries is fucking hard because it's not like we had like over 100 hours of footage and we had to like distill that into a narrative basically. We had so much we needed to cut and it was just piecing together so many different things and having a narrative payoff to each part of the documentary because we split my entire 2-year journey into like different parts, which all have their own like payoff to that part itself. And it has made me understand how difficult it is to make a documentary and actually make a narrative out of life, you know, because I filmed a lot of this not knowing what was going to be in the final documentary. I actually had some people message me to be like, did you fake some of this, like some of the shots here? Because like, how did you know you are going to like, this moment was going to happen? I think there was one moment, which you guys saw in the theater, which, you know, it's like the moment where I find out that Barn was approved. And I had like this moment where it all just like sunk in, and Didas was like, yo, how the fuck did you know you were going to film a documentary? And I'm like, bro, YouTube brain, man.
Yeah, you just got to film shit.
Film everything. Yeah.
I mean, you know you're going to pitch it.
Yeah.
So, like, why not fucking get the camera out?
Totally.
Yeah. Because I, like, when it got approved, I didn't know I was going to make a documentary, but I was like, this is a pivotal moment. Maybe I should film this just in case.
Yeah, totally.
Know? And there were some moments, obviously, in the year where it was fucking hard to turn on the camera with like some of the stuff that was going on in my personal life. And I've really had to struggle with just like, fuck man, what the fuck am I doing, man? What if I turn on the camera today and this is a reminder that of just like maybe the worst fucking moment of like my life, you know? It was super surreal experiencing that as a creator and just as like the subject of a story in the documentary. But, you know, you guys watch Trash Taste, you know how the story ends. And I can safely say that this is the proudest thing I've ever made. It's 2 hours and I treated it like a 2-hour feature length film. It is not a 2-hour YouTube video per se. This is like it is not optimized for YouTube in a way because it's like 2 hours of just me, Alan, and Abby making a film where you have to where we assumed the audience would pay attention, you know, because it wasn't second monitor content, which is what YouTube is great for. It is 2 hours of pure, heavy storytelling.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I think it's maybe the best YouTube video you've ever made.
Yeah, and it's not a YouTube video that anyone can make, regardless of how long they've been doing YouTube. Like this is like the culmination of your almost 2-decade-long, YouTube video making career, I think, and it was fucking amazing, man.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen it already, if you have time in the Christmas holidays, it would make me very happy if you go out and watch it.
Go watch it.
I don't think I'm ever going to make or ever going to be able to make a project like this on YouTube ever again. So me and my team poured our fucking hearts and our souls into this, and we are all very, very fucking proud of the final of the final product.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I think this is the first time I put one of my own YouTube videos in my 3x3.
Honestly, based.
Right. So with that out of the way, that is 70% of my year actually done. So I don't know what to start off with. We've already talked about Expedition 33.
Is that screenwriting?
That is screenwriting. So obviously, as an offshoot to Barn, and now that Barn's over, I'm just something awoke with me.
You should really enjoy
You
writing
found your new
screenplays.
passion.
I just did. Like I'm not even like. It's not even like I want to make another Barn or another project
like
or
writing?
anything. I can't describe the fucking magic of just having something in your head, whether it be characters or like a story or something, and just being able to realize it physically and just have something that exists. I think that's fucking magical. And that's
man.
why it's like working on Barn has completely changed my perspective on like any creative project, right? Because I just think it's fucking cool if you are able to finish a project. And, you know, people have like made OCs or like, you know, made original characters or had like concepts for like stories or, you know, concepts for different games or something. But I think there's something fucking magical about someone or a team being able to just complete a project. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end.
It's easy to start it, but it's hard to end.
Yeah.
Totally.
Right. Someone has put out their fully realized vision out there. And it's something that was just formed from imagination. And I just think that's cool as fuck, man. And so I've just been getting into just, you know, screenwriting's one of my outlets, but there's so many different ideas for just so many different things I want to work on, which is not just creating YouTube stuff, but it's just more so creating original stuff that, you know, I really have it. Working on Barn really awoke something in me. I've been writing just a lot of like short stories. Probably will never see the light of day. I don't really care if they ever do. I'm working on another project, which it's a much smaller project than Barn. I'm gonna say that out now. I want to take on something smaller in scale, but that should be out at the end of January, which I'm not going to talk about now, but
talk about it when it happens.
Yeah, I'll talk about it when it happens, but it is, you know, that it is down that kind of path. But in general, I've just had a lot of fun reading other screenplays and just seeing the entire kind of like pipeline of what happens when, you know, another creator, where ideas come from. And I think what I've come to appreciate is just how much a creator puts of themselves into whatever work they make.
Totally.
You know, even if it's a creator that works with a team, you know, it's just everyone puts a little bit of their own experiences, a little bit of their own personality into whatever they make. I think one of my favorite shorts that I've seen recently, which is one that I have like truly related to. I saw like this interview with Quentin Tarantino when he was talking about the making of Inglourious Bastards. And at the beginning, he was like, they could not find the casting for Christoph Waltz's character.
Yeah.
I've got the character name, but they were like, we cannot make this film unless we find this character.
Yeah.
And unless we find this character, it's not going to be made, right? And so they go off and they find Christoph Waltz. And once they find Christoph Waltz, it was like, to Quentin Tarantino, it was like, holy shit, this movie is being made. Because seeing Christoph Waltz's portrayal of, I think Landar is the character name.
I think it's Landar.
Yeah. Seeing his portrayal of the character, he said that Christoph taught him aspects of his character that he had no idea about until we saw his portrayal of it. And I saw that interview before I made Barn and after I made Barn. And seeing that after I made Barn, it just, I fucking get what he means so much because, you know,
it's your perception of the character.
It's your perception of the character, and you made the character. I made these characters, but working with other people to actually realize them, it's like it was almost like they were out of my control at the moment. I had an image of the people they were and the characters that they were, and then through every process of this stage,
like the
artwork, the voice acting portrayal, you know, both English and Japanese. It's like every single person that was in that pipeline added a little bit of their own experiences, a little bit of their own self, their own soul into them. That, you know, by the time I got to the final product, I knew this character, but also they were their own separate things. You know? And it's just, I just think that's, to me, I just think that's so fucking cool that, you know, you can make something and you realize it physically. and other people can interact with it and other people can interpret it. And it's just its own thing now. It's out of your control. And I can't begin to describe just how cool that feeling is. And I'm chasing that high again. And that's why this year I've just, founded this new passion of just, creating, writing stories. And I want to get better as well, which is why I'm writing not out of any kind of want to, any kind of like feeling that I'm going to turn this into anything. I'm just writing and
just
making,
a good outlet.
just to practice and just to get something physical and get something that I can, tangibly look at. Because I do think with any creative process, unless you finish it, it doesn't exist yet. It's unless you have finished the full stop into like this project has a beginning and an end. In my mind, it doesn't exist until that point.
Totally.
And until it gets to that point, it is just a vague idea. Because once it's realized, once it's finished, then you can look at it and then you could be like, okay, I could have done this better. I could have done that better. I could have learned, you can like refine it and stuff, but you need to get to that finish point with every creative process, which is what I'm trying to do. Just trying to work on like small things, because I'm very, very proud of Barn. I don't think it's the best thing I can do. Now that it's over,
it's just the beginning. Guys.
Now that it's over, I've
just
learned so fucking much.
Yeah,
and I'm fucking proud and I'm fucking happy that I saw this to the end and it's out and people can watch it and judge it. And I'm like, fuck yes, I'm so fucking proud of that.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then the other side of me is just like, shit, man, I can do better. I know I can do better.
I'm sure you're Kirk. I'm sure you're Kirk. You always do.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But that has been my passion.
Hell yeah, dude.
That I've discovered this year.